But in last week, the name of the sermon was Shaken. And what can be shaken will be shaken. I know I've had a few things shaken in my life that when God shook them, good came out, you know. But I'm going to read 1 Samuel 14. That was the scripture from last week, and I think he's going over some of that this week. But it's about Jonathan and Saul and his armor bearer, if you remember. It says, "Now the day came that Jonathan, the son of Saul, said to the young man who was carrying his armor, 'Come and let us cross over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side.' But he did not tell his father. Saul was staying on the outskirts of Gibeah under the pomegranate tree that is in Migron, and the people who were with him numbered about 600 men. So this got me thinking. So you know the Philistines are coming after you, and so you're going to camp under a tree. And Jonathan, I feel like Jonathan is just the type that it's like, let's just go. Let's go. I believe he had a heart for God and knew God's heart. And he could look back and know that Israel was God's chosen people. So he knew that, I believe he knew in his heart that God was for him, which we all know that as well, right? God is for us. Nothing is against us. So I was just thinking about it. He's like, let's go. He didn't want to consult anybody because, like Ron said last week, to us, that seems like a silly idea to go take on thousands of men with one sword and an armor bearer, but when you think, let's see. I don't know. Verse 3, "And Ahijah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the priest of the Lord at Shiloh, was wearing an ephod, and the people did not know that Jonathan had gone. Now between the gorges by which Jonathan sought to cross over to the Philistines' garrison, there was a rocky crag on the one side and a rocky crag on the other side. And the name of the one was Bozez, and the name of the other was Sina. The one crag rose on the north opposite Michmash, and the other on the south opposite Geba. Then Jonathan said to the young man who was carrying his armor, 'Come, let's cross over to the garrison of these uncircumcised men. Perhaps the Lord will work for us.'" That saying right there, perhaps the Lord will work for us. I meant to look up that word perhaps just to kind of see what it really means, but maybe the Lord will, just maybe. And I don't know, I feel I've gone through some things in my life where it's like, well, maybe God's going to show up, A while back, Ray gave me a word, just one word. And it has carried me for the last, I think it's about a year and a half. And it was perseverance. And that word was right when I needed it. And it has carried me through. So perhaps the Lord will work. And I don't know, can you guys think of any situations in your life where you've thought, Lord, are you coming? Maybe? But I believe Jonathan, he knew. I think he knew, just like he set up this fleece, that, hey, tell us to come up and then I know the Lord's got us. It's like Ron was saying last week, well, yeah, they're going to call you up, silly. But Let me get back to my notes. So Jonathan went, and Ron said, why not today? So, and I've been thinking about that word attack. And when you attack, see, Jonathan attacked the things that were coming after his people, his camp. Well, we don't have too many people, per se, coming after us to where we have to attack them or anything like that, right? In the Old Testament, they had countries and armies coming after Israel, and so they attacked them. In the New Testament, Jesus, I don't know if he really attacked, but he did get mad and run people out of the temple and stuff. So I don't know if that's considered attacking, but he went after the people who were disgracing God's temple. And so thinking about that word attack, what do we attack? Me personally, I attack the things in my life that are hindering me from stepping into the kingdom. And I think most of us are good at that. It's hard to work on ourselves. But on the other, what we attack also is the people we know. We don't attack them, but we attack their spiritual issues. If someone is in addiction or whatever sin it may be, like Jackie was saying this morning, intercessory prayer and speaking the gospel to them and letting them know that God, he is for you, he's here, and just attack that way. No fear. When you attack, Jonathan, he had no fear. Didn't seem like he did, It didn't seem like his armor bearer did either. They were like, yeah, let's go. And so, this is a summer of encouragement. So I thought, well, what's encouraging out of this story? And the encouraging thing to me is, Jonathan, he looked back and saw what God did. I can look back and see all the times that God has stepped in, intervened, and just been so good to me and my family. And that builds my faith to know that this next trial that's coming, that no matter how long it takes, I'll persevere, and God's got me, no matter what.